What up, my tubers? We're back for another double feature draft. The thing that we'll be doing for the foreseeable future until Kamigawa releases. So don't forget to hit that like and subscribe if you're enjoying this draft content. And this is ranked, so we're gonna go for that mythic #1 spot. Pick one, pack one. We're gonna take this Renin 7 over Infernal Grasp. Planeswalker's pretty strong. Grasp is great, but let's have some fun with a walker here, I think. So short recap again. This is Midnight Hunt and Crimson Vow slammed together, smashed together into, one format. You're going to open a rare / mythic from both sets, in addition to a bunch of cards otherwise. So let's just take the Ren 7 over the Infernal Grasp and see what we can do from there. Get past an Aerith. Tormented Prophet. Y'all know I love that one. The only other choice, I guess, would be like Flourishing Hunter to stay on color. There's like a Silversmith, which is good, but not the card we're gonna take. Yeah, go ahead and just stay open. I think Aerith is the strongest card out of this pack. No reason to lock on to our pick one, pack one. And then we get this kind of weak pack here. Yikes. No red, blue, or green card that I guess I'm thrilled to take third pick. Spore Crawler's okay. Both of these red creatures are okay, but... I mean... Do I just take, like, Graph Keeper here? Is that the best card in this pack? It might be. If you just stay super open and take the Graph Keeper, I guess that's the choice, yeah. I mean, maybe if these were better, I would take them, but... Again, no reason not to just take the best card. As we get a Slogurk. Pick number 4. This one's really fun. Whenever a land's put in your graveyard from anywhere, put a 1/1 counter on it, remove 3 1/1 counters from it, return to its hand. When it leaves the battlefield, return up to 3 land cards from your graveyard to hand. There's an Organ Hoarder here, though, and I think Organ Hoarder's probably just a safer pick all around. Slogurk's good, but I think Organ Hoarder is just better because of the individual color requirement. Let's move on to the next pick, where the best card here is a black card, sadly. Olivia's Midnight Ambush. Do we want to take a card of every single color at this point? Not really, but if it's the best card and it's still beginning of the pack, then I guess we're going to do it. Get past another Spore Crawler, Lacerate Flesh, consider Dawnheart Warden. I think we're leaning in towards blue, right? 3 of the cards that we've taken are all blue anyway, so I don't mind just taking the Consider here. Consider's great for the graveyard theme, and it's good with like Aerith, so serves as an all-around pickup for me. There's a Vilespawn Spider we can take now versus Spellrune Painter. Alright, I'll take the Spider. Looks like we're leaning towards blue-green then, maybe. For the 5-color deck. Now we have a Syncopate here and a Dissipate, both okay. Tapping at the window is fine for the graveyard deck, and then there's a Witch's Web here as well. I don't mind taking the counters. I don't think they're great, but they're fine. I guess I'd rather have Dissipate than Syncopate. Cradle of Safety versus a Jack-o'-lantern. The Jack-o'-lantern is surprisingly solid. Lots of graveyard synergies in this format. So, you know, eating a card, not irrelevant. And then it also cycles and fixes. But it feels like the Cradle of Safety is going to make the deck like 100% of the time, so I guess we'll just take that instead. We're more likely to see... Well, I guess both those cards are pretty likely to see on the wheel anyway. Monstrosity versus Observer. We're going to do some graveyard shenanigans. Observer's a good one. Mulch versus Turn to Earth. Good, good, good. Kind of wish I had taken the Slogurk now, but... Yeah, let's take the Turn the Earth here, because Mulches are going to be easier to pick up. Invitations are fine in a pinch. Entomber, fine over Knife, I guess. And then last pickup, whatever. Open pack 2, we get a Headless Rider and an Old Stick Finger, another good one for a graveyard style deck. Yeah, this is just a solid pack overall. Fellstinger, Stalker, Horde, Rejuvenator. I think I'm just going to take the Rejuvenator here. It's fixing, it's ramp, it's life gain. Basically does everything you want it to do. And that might help me splash some other colors. So let's first pick the Rejuve. And then get past this pack. I don't think we're going to be splashing Brutal Cathar. It looks like the Ambush and the Grafkeeper are going the wayside as well. Don't think I want to take the Celebrants here, though. Although we could. Cobbled Lancer's fine. Locked in the Cemetery's fine. Kind of an interesting choice. I mean, I could take Howling Moon. I do like this card, but we don't really have the werewolves/wolves to make it a thing. Yeah, we have 0 right now. I'm just gonna take the Cobbled Lancer. It's the safest pick, feels like. Get a Brine Comer here. Silver Bolt, I guess, is a fine playable. Don't think we want Fearful Villager. Don't think we want the Hamlet Vanguard. I mean, could still just take Brine Comer, I guess. We are not in a lane right now. We don't know what we're doing. We got past a Howlpack Piper pick 4 and a Whispering Wizard. So once again, the Wizard is the safe play. But maybe the Piper is good enough. I mean, I shouldn't latch onto green, right? I first picked the Ren in 7. We haven't really seen much to go with it. So I think I'm just going to go with the Whispering Wizard here. It looks like maybe we're going to start to ditch the green. Yeah, second Whispering Wizard's fantastic. All right. So maybe we're blue-white with a chance of splashing the Aerith. That seems like a reasonable play. Thirst for Discovery here over Piercing Light, Repository Scab. Yeah, let's take the card draw. It's good. Ambush versus nothing? Yeah, I guess that's the choice. Is this deck good? Questionable, perhaps. Traveling Minister's a good one, though. Sure. Passing a Dig Up and a Flourishing Hunter. Those are the only real green cards we've seen in a while, so I don't mind passing. Again, Ren in 7 was the open. You don't want to really force it if you just don't see the colors for it. Feels like blue is decent enough in our seat. And then we've had a secondary choice of some other colors. I definitely could have taken red cards, but I don't mind ending up in blue-white here. As we get a Kindly Ancestor on the wheel for some more graveyard value. Exorcism. I don't know if this is a main deck card in the format, but it's probably really close, I would guess. Unruly Mob is okay, not great. Secrets of the Key is, once again, okay, not great. I guess with double Whispering Wizard, though, like a card like this gets a lot more value. Oh, same thing with Homestead Courage. Yeah, I guess with double Whispering Wizard, it makes sense to do those. As we move on to pack 3 here. All right, I mean, I did open a Stormcarved Coast if I want to splash the Aerith, but I don't even know if that's necessary anymore. It might just be better to take, like, the Gavany Silversmith here. Yeah, I don't know if Aerith is worth it. If maybe I had, like, an Abrade or a Rending Flame to go along with it, but standalone, I think I'd rather have consistency in my deck over trying to splash Aerith. We got a Valorous Stance here, pretty good. Lunarch Veteran's decent. Flip the Switch is good. Cruel Witness. Let's take the removal / protection. Get a Blood Vial Purveyor. That is sadly not playable for us. We get a Shipwreck Sifter here versus a Candlegrove Witch. Sifter has some decent value. Oof, that did not feel good to pass, though. Candle Trap for a little removal. Sure, that seems okay. Passing a couple Evolving Wilds now, but that's not a huge deal. Errand of Hope looks good. I guess my issue with this deck is that it's, well, it doesn't really have bombs. It's just like solid blue-white stuff. My creature count's pretty low. I'm only at 13. Yikes. Well, I've done better with worse, so... maybe we can make this a thing as we pick up another Traveling Minister here, 8th pick. Another Diagraph Horde going around. Yeah, we can get away with 16 lands here pretty easily too, it feels like. Another counter versus Steelclad Spirit. Do I have enough enchantments for that? How many enchantment creatures do I have? 1, 2? Probably not good enough. Maybe just take the snare. I need to make a few cuts then, huh? Alright, well, we can probably cut some of these tricks like Homestead Courage, I think. Although that's good with flyers and it's a double spell for the Whispering Wizard, so maybe it's like the... oh, Lunarch Veteran Wheel too. It's probably more like the Flare of Faith or Valor, Adamant Will that I should be cutting, or even Secrets of the Key. Okay, well now we've actually got a really good low to the ground curve. You know what? Now I'm going to cut the counters. Or at least the Dissipate. And the Secret of the Key. I think we want all of these 4s. I think we want all of these 3s. How many humans do I have? 8. So yeah, let's cut the Adamant Will and keep the Flare of Faith. Because this always gives +2/+2, which Adamant Will does as well, but there's an upside bonus. And then maybe the Selhoff Entomber can be cut. Pretty bad 2-drop, I guess. Yeah, maybe like that. I don't know. Our curve is going to be a parabola, kind of. We have 5 4-drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 10, 11. We have 11 ways to trigger the Whispering Wizards. I wonder if Flare of Faith is actually just worse here than Ambush is then. Maybe I should be running both ambushes. Cut the Cobbled Lancer for another ambush. That could actually be okay. Yeah, let's try something like this. And I think we're going to go 9-7 in favor of white, maybe? I guess it says we have more blue pips, but... we have 3 white 1-drops. Maybe I just go 8-8. Okay. Let's try this. It's, well, actually, do I have any rares or mythics? It's not bomb heavy, but it's probably got some fight to it. Like, it's low to the ground. It's got a lot of evasive creatures. The interaction's kind of weak, I'll grant that, but... yeah, I think we can probably pull off a couple of wins. We can definitely pull off a couple of wins. Not when you look at this type of hand, though. Yeah, I'm gonna try to find a better 6. That's not real. Alright, I'm gonna pitch the third plains here, because we just need to find a blue source anyways. That is, kind of unlucky, huh? Really? We have a mirror match here, too? Sometimes it really do be that way. Not even gonna tap my kindly ancestor. I like it. Oh, I guess they just had other plans. Brutal Cathar. Hope I draw an island next turn. I guess we're gonna candle trap the Brutal Cathar. And then if somehow we eventually get Coven, we can exile it and get our creature back. I can't just pass there, otherwise it flips to night and their Cathar turns into a 3/3. I mean, I guess I could, but that doesn't seem very good. Oh, sure. They're gonna flicker their Brutal Cathar. And fun game. I mean, they only have 3 lands as well, but they have both colors. Got an 8 here. Holy smokes. Alright, well. Opening hand was 3 plains. Mulligan to 6, 3 plains. And then we drew a plains after putting one of the plains on the bottom, so. I guess you don't really get to play Magic if you don't cast your spells. That just seemed unlucky. Some variance there. 1 island, and we get to interact at least. Good beats, good beats. But I guess if I looked at this deck on paper and was told this was double feature, well, actually I wouldn't even think it's a double feature deck, so I'll be happy with 3 or 4 wins. It does have some play to it, but the overall power level is probably lower. Another mirror match? Really? This hand looks much better than our previous. We are on the draw again, though. They have the Ecstatic Awakener. Do I want to gain 1 life or attack for 1? I think we'd rather attack for 1. Alright, milled 2 spells. They're not even going to attack, huh? Alright, they're going to play out their Gluttonous Guest. Fine by me. I guess I'll just pass here and hold up Geistlight Snare instead of playing out our Traveling Minister number 2 or our Homestead Courage. The only issue with this play is that the opponent doesn't have to play anything this turn. They have the Awakener, which they can just activate, so. But on the bright side, they might also play around us having like a bounce or something for the Awakener. We'll see. Alright, good enough. Didn't matter what it was there. That farmer's going to turn into a 4/3 with lifelink anyways, because of the Awakener's ability, so. Damn, we wanted to find a land. Okay, well, let's pump our Graph Keeper. I think I'm going to go ahead and Homestead Courage it, make it a 4-2 this turn. And then attack for 4 Vigilance. If they double block, we get to ambush. If they don't block, then we get to play out our Traveling Minister. And then next turn, the Homestead Courage, when we play it from our graveyard. Tap something down because of the Graph Keeper's ability. I mean, really, we want to be putting these counters on our flyer, but... Another Gluttonous Guest. Okay. Alright, so let's double pump here. And I don't want to attack with my... Oh! I messed up here. I just missed 2 life. I was going to say, I don't want to attack with the Graph Keeper, so I'm just going to play out the Heron of Hope. But then, of course, if I'm playing out the Heron of Hope, I should be playing the Heron of Hope before using my Traveling Ministers, because I just threw away 2 extra life, basically. Hobbling Zombo, alright. And both players only functioning with a little bit of land here, but they haven't been using their blood tokens, which tells me they have some scary cards in their hand. Now let's go ahead and make the right play this time. Gain 2 with our pump. And we're going to pump up the Heron, and we're going to still pump up the Graph Keeper here, because a 4-3 will be able to trade with their Awakener, if it ever flips. Pretty low power level game here. I guess we want to draw like Cradle of Safety, because right now the Heron of Hope is just gonna solo them. Right. The Heron, pump up the Heron. Get another flyer. Lifelink. Gain 6. That is a very large life buffer. The opponent is still gaining a bunch of life, but let's see. I'm a little bit concerned that they could have a kill spell for my Heron of Hope, so I'm going to actually pump up the token here. Because if they have like a Fierce Retribution, they're going to kill the Heron, and this way I still get in for 3 damage. So I'm gaining less life, but that doesn't seem like it's relevant. Yep, good. So played around that successfully. And we're going to throw the Kindly Ancestor on the Brine Comber, give ourselves another flyer. Now remember, they still have 4 life worth of blood tokens too, so this is a pretty slow grind. I almost wonder, maybe I should be attacking with my Graph Keeper too, because the Graph Keeper comes back as a 3/1 flyer. Interesting. Oh, they don't even want me to sack. Right. Yeah, I think it might be right to attack with the Graph Keeper too. Let's pump it up once, so that I can get through the 5 toughness creature. Then go ahead and smash with it. What is this game? Just chumping. You know what I could do here? If I wanted to get cute, I could ambush their Silversmith. We would both trade, but I would be able to make a 3/1 flyer after the fact. But I guess if they're just going to let me eat a creature, I'm okay with that. Maybe that's a little bit too cute. It's not even like we're crushing them. I mean, the life totals are huge. There's a huge disparity of life totals, but they can hit me for quite a bit. And it's not like I have that much pressure. Their Traveling Minister's gaining 1 life every turn, and again, they still have the blood. A strange game. Let's go ahead and chump here. Get our Brine Comber in the graveyard. Sure. Well, if they're not too careful, we might just kill them. Alright, they go back up to 10. I guess I can only tap 2 of their creatures next turn. That's not bad. Target of an aura spell, huh? Well, that doesn't matter then. Oh, but we want to play it to tap something down this turn, that's why. Also gives us another 1/1 flyer, so let's tap down their 2/5. And then tap down their 2/2 Death Touch. Pump our flyers. So they chump, they take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I guess this is lethal, huh? Alright. Both players played weak stuff, and the Flyers were able to take it down in the end. Strange game. We'll take it, though. We'll take every single win we can get with this deck. Ooh, saved you all from another sneeze as we're on the play here. Give me 1 second. Sure. I'm sure we'll draw an island. Oh, not another plains. Attack for 1 and say go. Alright, island off the top. Beautiful. Go ahead and attack for 1. Yeah, nice little curve out here. Oh yeah, with Heron of Hope, the Lunarch Veteran gains 2 life for every creature that I get on the battlefield. I will block if you attack. I'm gonna go for the Whisper, or the Heron of Hope pre-combat. Alright, they have a Siphon Essence. And then we're just gonna attack with these 2. Could have also not ran into a counter and held up Thirst for Discovery, but I think I like the play. Old Gutter Skulker, huh? I think I'm gonna wait to play the Wizard until I can also hold up my Cradle of Safety, so next turn perhaps. And now next turn we can go Whispering Wizard, which will trigger the Coven of our Witch, and we can attack for 3 in the air. Seems good. Ooh, Ancestral Anger on their kitty cat. Sure. I mean, I could double block if I wanted to, but we'll let them draw 1 card. Okay, discards an island. No plays though, huh? Well, maybe I don't even want to run into another removal spell then, or counter spell. Yeah, I think I'll just go to combat, attack for 1 in the air. And then play out the Shipwreck Sifters. If they want to counter this, that's fine. Sure. Wow. Nothing else, huh? Alright, well then they must have another counter in their hand. I don't think they would make that play last turn without... Yeah. It just doesn't make sense to not tap as much mana. So it might actually be like Dissipate or Wash Away, given the way they tapped. Second Whispering Wizard makes me a little bit more tempted to run out the first one. Sure. No, I think I'll just wait one more turn at least. I'm in no rush. Slash. In response. Does that even make sense on the witch? Because I'm not even close to Coven. If I Cradle the Witch, right? If I Cradle the Witch, it turns into a 3/3, and then I have a bunch of 3-power creatures and a bunch of 1-power creatures, so... we just let that thing die. I guess it could be they were holding Slash open that one turn and not counter. But yeah, I would rather wait till I get to 6 mana again to even run out the first wizard. Ardent Elementalist. They can get back their Slash. Or their Siphon Essence. They are going to get back their Siphon. Alright, well, they for sure have at least one creature counter. I mean, I guess we can just make them hold up 3 mana every turn. Eventually I'm going to need to run out something, but I don't see a huge rush quite yet. That's a good bait spell. And if they don't want to counter it, fine. We gain a life and deal them an extra point of damage, so that helps the clock for us. The gentle pokes. I can actually attack in with some of my smaller creatures too if I really want. They don't have great blockers, but we also don't want them... well... I guess I have retrieval, so we could. It's not terrible. It's also not necessary. Kind of a funny game here. Sure. Alright. Sucks, but it feels like I'm gonna have to fire off one of the wizards soon enough then. Oh, they didn't hit a basic. They had to discard 2 spells there. That was nice. They have 9 mana. It's a good one. Alright, now we have more of a problem. I guess I'm gonna bounce it now. To not take 4 damage. Because if they recast it this turn, they can't hold up Siphon. But since they have Stormseeker, they can just give it haste next turn anyways, so... Actually... you know what? Now we're gonna go ahead and run out the Whispering Wizard into Siphon. Oh. Huh. Sure, they have another Slash. Okay, well, we're gonna punish them here a little bit. Interesting, interesting. This is a pretty interesting game, huh? Gonna take 4 haste next turn from the gutter. We actually want them to counter the next Whispering Wizard, and then we want to resolve our Silversmith is the game plan. But we do have on a 3-turn air clock currently. Let's run out the Ancestor as bait. Because I don't think they want to counter this, but they might and just finally pull the trigger. If they don't, then I don't need to do anything again. And we can just leave them with open mana sitting up. Okay. Oh, maybe they're going to revenge. They do have a revenge. So now we get to get underneath a counter. And since we don't have any more spells, we don't really care if the Whispering Wizard gets countered the following turn. Let's pump up the Flyer and the Kindly Ancestor for some extra lifelink. Ah! They drew a good one. They drew a really good one off the top. That sucks. They found a chill, yikes. Oh, that's quite unfortunate. Yeah, now I think they're winning again. Are they gonna kill me in 2 turns at this rate? Ah, that really sucks. Ping, chill my lifelinker. Yeah. Draw a card, yeah. Don't really have many good attacks. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, looks like they're gonna pull this one out. Oh yeah, not casting a spell flipped it to the slasher, so now we might even just be dead this turn, huh? Oof. Oof, oof, oof. What could I have done differently this game, I wonder? It was that one turn that I ran into the Siphon Essence the first time with my hair, and I think when I could have just played Thirst for Discovery, since it was like a pretty obvious counter, it felt like. Bam. Oh, that's a 3rd slash. Sure. Okay, whatever. I don't know how much life I gained that game, but sheesh. That was a grind. We needed a little bit more oomph. I guess the Heron would have just immediately died to one of their slashes. Yeah, I think I could have played that a little bit better, but maybe in the long term it wouldn't have mattered anyways. Alright, come on. Let's salvage a couple wins here. On the draw, hand looks good. Could use a 2-drop, but some good interaction and good 3-drop, good 4-drop. Blood Fountain. So we can eventually Valorous Stance that if we need to, but we'd rather just save that for a potential, like, Blood Vial Purveyor or something gross. Lambholt Raconteur is a good target for that as well. But I don't think we need to kill the Raconteur quite yet. I think what I'm going to do is Organ Horde this turn, smashing for 1. Let's grab the ambush here and get some extra value by putting the Lunarch Veteran in our graveyard. Next turn we can go Whispering Wizard plus Courage, or Whispering Wizard hold up Retrieval. I'm going to take 2. I don't want to block and run into a trick when we have so many ways to counteract a trick. Yeah, I think what we're going to do is just attack for 1 in the air. And then play the Minister and pass. And this is a little bit suspect because I have Veteran in my graveyard. But we can go for a blowout situation here. Perfect. Double block the Raconteur. And then we have Ambush and Stance if they try to get tricky. Now, they might not mind trading here because they have Blood Fountain, but I feel like we're going to get something out of this. And if they just trade, I think that's okay. Yeah. Right? Sure. Pointed discussion. It's a lot of blood tokens. Play with fire. Yeah, I'll go ahead and ambush to protect my Minister. I had a combo here. I could ambush one of their creatures and then Valorous Stance it too if I had wanted, but I think this is fine. Let's go Wizard, Courage our token, make another token. Attack for 3 in the air. Ooh. That card is real good. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna block then. I think taking 4 is okay, instead of letting them draw a card. Oh, well, they had a removal spell anyways. Unfortunate. Well, let's just make the same play again, I think. Split up our resources. I think I'm going to take one more hit here for 4. But after this, we're probably going to not want to do that anymore. Sure. Remember, they still have a bunch of life because of their gluttonous guest. Let's go pump the 1/1, so if they want to kill a creature, they kill the 1/1. Attack for 6. And I'm going to play out the Kindly Ancestor and hold open Bounce and Stance. My guess is they're going to be stacking a Blood to the Socialite, and then I can Valorous Stance it. Alright, they're at 5. They can go back up to 6. Ooh. Do they think they need to sack their blood instead, maybe? That means Socialite does not get larger. So we might be using the Retrieval on the Scoundrel then instead, huh? Alright, so Ancestor and Brian Comer are gonna jump in front of the Socialite. And I can just pass priority here if I want to, since the Kindly Ancestor is going to gain 2 and put us back up to 10, and then we're going to take 4 and go to 6. But this is a pretty big tempo hit, and we make another flyer, so... I think the only card in the format that gets me is, like, Meat Hook Massacre, and if they have that, well, you got me good. Okay. I mean, I guess I can play around Meat Hook. By not blocking and just bouncing, maybe that's slightly safer? I don't know. Oh, this deck is scrappy. This deck is scrappy. It's not bomby, but it's scrappy. And again, I'll be pleased if we can pull off a couple more wins. On the play here, we got a nice little 1-2-3. You know my 3 rules of best of 1 Magic. Be on the play, curve out, and don't punt. So right now we've got the 1-2-3. We're on the play. We are indeed curving out. Although I'm not curving out with very good creatures. And the opponent's curving out just as well. Oh, that's a good one. That's swinging for 3. No surprise if they block. Sure. Yeah, this is going to be a good route to victory if we can find some ways to trigger that. Ooh, they might not have a play this turn. That would be great too. Oh, sure. Ah, boo. Alright, well, Candle Trap means I don't want to run out my Whispering Wizard anymore. I do want to attack them for 1, though. Darn it. Okay, we can probably bait out the Silver Bolt on my Silversmith, would be my guess. Great. And that means our Whispering Wizard is much more likely to do some work here. I really would like to be able to get some good triggers off of it, though. And I think I'm gonna pump my Wizard to a 4/3. But I could have also pumped up my Traveling Minister and attacked for 3 there, but the Minister we're gonna want to be using as a pumper, so I don't think it makes sense to load up on it. Hope they don't have a fight or a punch effect. That's actually really good for us that they blocked or attacked. They were going to be able to exile my Kindly Ancestor eventually, but now we have it in the graveyard for trigger value. And we are just going to immediately Candle Trap the Taurens and then exile it. Up our token, smash in for 6. Beautiful. Alright, looking good. That's good. I like that they're not developing the board anymore. Alright, let's go for the Veteran first. Into pump up a token, make another token, gain a life. Pump up another token and smash in for 4 in the air. We want to save the Ancestor in graveyard to trigger our Whispering Wizard again next turn. Okay, I'm good to chump here with my Veteran, because that means we get another creature, flyer rather, from the graveyard next turn. That's fine. The damage from the wizard has already been done, so A-okay with that. And now we're going to pump up the bigger one because it's got lifelink anyways. Alright. Small swarm of flyers over here doing the business. Yeah. Exile my Whispering Wizard, but the damage is already done. We have them on a, what, 2-turn clock here? 2, 4, 6, 7 damage. They can gain 1 life every turn, but looking decent. Wizard Part 2. Well, I hope they don't have land into Brambleworm, but I think they would have sacked their blood if they needed to find either of those. They could have a Wrath, I guess. Maybe I shouldn't have played out my Whispering Wizard. Nothing? Alright. Yeah. In hindsight, I probably should not have played out the wizard. It wasn't doing anything, and I didn't have a spell to cast afterwards in my hand anyways. So I should have just held the wizard and left Like, I had already had lethal on board, so. We got to 3, though! Come on! Can we get 1 or 2 more? I would be thrilled. Absolutely thrilled if this deck could get a couple more wins. Because I think this is the lowest power deck I've seen in this format. Not to say that decks are like all super busted or whatever, but I mean, I've had decks that have had 6, 6+ rares. So this one, not so special. All right, needs to find a blue source, but we can keep it. Oh, got the blue source. Versus red-black harvester. Nice. Looks like trades a go. Is this Siggy? Is this Mike Sigrist? Is he gonna crush us? Our hopes and dreams? Could be. What are we doing here? Guess we just main phase Thirst. Card planes. I know Siggy likes Lunarch Veteran, and by that I mean he hates it. Just an innocent traveler. All right. Let's go wizard here. And to encourage our veteran, pump our veteran, smash. Do I want to sack something? Or do I want to give him a 5/3 flyer? That's the question now. I don't have any bounce in my hand. Alright, we'll give him a 5/3. I'm expecting my wizard to die this turn, but it would be nice if it didn't. Four for 4, yeah. Okay. Ho ho ho. Second wizard appears. Still think we want to make sure we get the value right now with it. I mean, I could pump the Lunarch Veteran here, too. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I know he doesn't want to do this. He's like seething at the fact that he had to trade with the that he had to trade with the Lunarch Veteran there. I hope he has a Vampire's Vengeance though. That would be hilarious. Oh god. What else would it Vampire's Vengeance, and I guess Meathook Massacre, but that's a mythic. I doubt he would be running the Fervor card, whatever it's called, or No, end the festivities? Is that the 1 damage to all creatures? I doubt he'd be running that. Yeah, take it all. Oh, the flyer's not attacking anymore. I like that. Gonna sack the painter? Sure. If we draw Alchemist Retrieval here to bounce the invader, we are looking really good. Or Candle Trap. What you got, man? Festival Crasher and Evolving Wilds. Okay. We drew another Traveling Minister, which is actually P good here. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and tap. He didn't kill my Whispering Wizard last turn, so... Now remember, the Consider I can use on his turn to also get 2 more tokens. So if I'm lucky enough to draw a way to trigger the Whispering Wizard's next turn, and then I can cast Consider on his turn, that's 4 extra tokens. I mean, I'm at 21. I kind of just like trading there, but there's no rush. Cemetery Desecrator, that is quite a mythic. You know what? He might actually be killing a Traveling Minister here instead of a Whispering Wizard. I didn't even see what he exiled. Oh, he exiled my Thirst. He did kill a wizard after all. Silversmith was a decent draw. For sure, because we can go like this now. Pump up both of these 1/1 tokens. Bam, baby, let's go. Yeah, dig. Dig. He got scared of the wizard, but it's the minister. It's the minister that's gonna do him in. Alright, looks like he's gonna go digging. Discard Swamp. He's got some decisions. Is he gonna dig again? That's the funny thing, like it's so awkward. You don't want to use removal on all these free tokens that your opponent gets, but sometimes you just need to. Uh-oh. You better come to a decision quick here, Sig. Right. That's not a good sign. Now what does this mean? He might... Okay, so he might be thinking he needs to kill me in 2 turns. I'm definitely gonna block the Fellstinger with the Silversmith. I don't need to take any extra damage. Now, he could have the Undying Malice, but that trade on the surface looks good. What's his plan here? It's good for me if he's digging again. Discards Child of the Pack. Okay. He's in a rough spot then. Immolation. We'll make another token in response. Perfect. Absolutely beautiful. And so he's going to go back up to 9. Okay. So I get to go Candle Trap the Flyer, pump up one of my tokens, exile the Flyer now. Three, 6, 7, 8. All right, good luck, friend. Good luck, good luck. Take it all. Is it a way to bring back his own creature? Yeah, he's gonna kill himself with a Fellstinger, I guess. GG's. Alright, we beat him. That alone was worth it. If Siggy was the only person that I beat in this entire draft, it would have been worth it. Even better, we got a couple other wins in the process, so... What do we got now, 3 and 2? No, we're 4 and 2! Hell yeah, see? This just goes to prove you don't need the crazy rares and mythics in this format. You can just get there with scrappy commons and uncommons. Speaking of, Scraps is back. Same curve as last game, Veteran into Traveling Minister, although this hand really needs to find, well, a lot of things. It needs to find a blue source, although that's probably less important than just some extra pressure. And I like leading on the Veteran instead of the Traveling Minister, because they both gain you 1 life with this sequence. But the Veteran is a card you don't mind trading off, right? If the opponent had played a 1/1 or something, you don't mind trading off your Veteran, whereas with the Minister, you'd rather keep that back. Alright, no blue. But we get to keep doing the thing here. Silversmith next turn will pump itself and the Veteran. Oh, I like that. I don't like not drawing an island. Okay, well, I'm out of gas unless I draw an island here. Dang it. I do get to pump up my Silversmith and smash in for 4. I assume they're going to trade with the Mariner, but... Yikes. That's going to kill us right there. Oof. That is not good. Oof. I'm holding the land because we don't need the 5th plains. I'd rather be discarding it to the Shipwreck Sifter. But... Yikes. Remember, we have an even split of plains and plains and islands in this deck. So we've drawn 5 planes and haven't seen a single island. The opponent might be a little bit scared and not attack. I'd be okay with that. Sadly, they didn't. That's not terrible, I guess. Alright, well, let's attack in for 3 and see if they trade. Turn. At least we have a flyer now. And we can lock down the raider. Bird Admirer. Scavenger. Good. Well, we don't have anything relevant in our graveyard to eat anymore. Got a blue source in there, deck? You do. Good to see ya. Alright, I'm gonna lead on Brian Comer. I don't want to attack and then just use the ambush yet. We'd rather wait, there's no rush. I'd rather develop out my board first. Attack for 2 maybe? Yep. That's fine. Let's go Sifter here. Yeesh. Pump up a token. Let's smash. I might very well be running into a trick. Oh. That kind of sucks. So I guess they're gonna block the Luminous Phantom then, huh? Fine, fine, fine. Well, Ambush doesn't kill the Shredder anymore. So they're gonna take 2. The Brine Comer's gonna bounce off the Raider. They kill my Lunarch dude. I'm still gonna cast the Consider here, just to flip it back to daytime. That's a good draw. Take another 2. Pretty good for us that their Clear Shot was used on such a weak creature. That's a nice draw too. Fantastic. Alright, let's lead on Organ Hoarder. And we might just pass, because we might find one of our wizards. Nope, we found another Minister. In which case, we'll go ahead and fire off on the Shredder. Attack in for 2. Because they get to block 1, but they'll take 2 damage from the other creatures. Hero's Downfall on Brine Comer. Wait, what? Why on Brine? Oh, you know what? They might have another Diregraph Scavenger in their hand. Because they know I can't cast it from the graveyard. That's my only guess. Yeah, okay. Makes sense. Pretty telegraphed. They've had that blood token for quite some time and they haven't used it, which is concerning. Oh! We finally ran into a Meat Hook Massacre! I didn't actually mean it, but yeah, that's one of the cards that definitely just wrecks us. Okay, good stuff. This game is probably not winnable anymore. That was a death touch. I don't want a 2-for-1 myself. I also don't want to draw lands. I'm going to take a hit one more time because I could draw one of my Whispering Wizards. Or we can mill some Whispering Wizards. Cradle and a Wizard gone. Yeah, sad. can double block one of their creatures, though. That's not good. They can sack their Rip Hook now, draw a card. And they deal me a damn, or make me lose a life, too. Yeah, alright. GG's. Good to scoop this here. We don't have a way to come back from that. It's just way too much. Remember, our deck is just like all commons and uncommons. We were actually in a good spot prior to the Meat Hook massacre, but as soon as that cleared my board, we had no action going on. This deck just wins by a minor ping. That was fun, though. I enjoyed that. Like, that was a good, right? No rares in this? That was a good showcase of how you can win in this format, even without a single rare. Not a single rare. We have a bunch of uncommons, yeah, but there's not a single rare in my deck. I mean, yes, I drafted the Aerith and the Ren in 7, but they didn't make the final build, so we're all on commons and uncommons. But anyways, that was fun. Hopefully you enjoyed this look at another double feature draft. Again, more double feature for the foreseeable future until Kamigawa drops, which should be in the next couple weeks. But until then, hit that like and subscribe, hit that little bell notification, hit the doohickey dingy dongy. See you back next time.